Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 32 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at the Suzuka circuit in Japan for the running of the NASCAR Heat Mobile Challenge. It's our second straight doubleheader weekend of the season and our last one after we had our first one and our last one in Eldora Speedway, which was a doubleheader in the dirt track, but this one is a doubleheader in a road course. A lot different than what we saw in Eldora, but still we're going to see some exciting racing here today in Suzuka, Japan. And if you notice, we're only going to be using the East Circuit, the one that connects the Dunlop with the Casino Hairpin, and the one that has the first and S curves and all that chicane and all those chicanes. That's the track we're going to be using for this weekend. So here's the entry list for race 1. Previously we had the first race with cars numbered 1 to 22, and the second race cars numbered 23 to 96. But here's the opposite. So those 23 to 96 cars this time will go first in race 1, and then the other cars will go in the second race. Let's see who will be the two winners coming out of Suzuka today. As the pole setter for today's race, race 1 I should say, today's first race, is the number 33 of Michael Cano, who actually was one of the winners back in Eldora last weekend, and looks to go for another win here in Suzuka. Joshua Secully shares the front row with him in the 31. Row 2 is John Gilbert and Cullen Francis. Then row 3 is Colin Manoli and O'Neill Balvin. Carter Freeze and Grayson Acevedo make up row 4, and Alexander Rowe and Nathan Stapleton make up row 5. And the rest of the field in this first race are Cody Lupton, John Andrews, Diego Yepes, Roger Ray, Steve Morgan, Cody Smart, Derek Hamill, Andrew Miller, Anthony Lopez, and Christian Vargas. So here we go. Cars roll off the track, and each race will have 20 laps. So we're going to have 20 laps, a pair of 20 lap races here this weekend at Suzuka Circuit in Japan. Very exciting track to run in. Only the East Circuit, despite only running on the East Circuit, there's still some very fast pace, beating and banging racing action here where we expect to see today. So here we go, folks. Race 1, the weekend will kick off. And here we go, the green flag waves in the NASCAR Heat Mobile Challenge. Looks like both are... Oh, now look, Cano's getting a little too high there, and Secully gets the edge. Down to the S-curves. Secully with the edge already. Ooh, contact! And now the 33 in the grass, trying to save his car, and he's in the sand. He loses a lot of positions in the sand. He got bumped out. Now he crashes, he spins. John Andrews just took him out. And Colin Manoli also went around. And that'll be a caution for the first time today. What a tough break for Michael Cano. Oh my gosh. So it started right here. It starts in the S-curves as he lost the lead to Joshua Secully. Secully just had the better edge than him on the start of the race. Then he hits Colin Francis into the S-curves. Then he tries to go back up. He tries to steer his car back onto the track, but he gets a bit of sand in his tires. And then when he tried to get back on track, John Andrews just was in the way, and then Andrews just took him out right there. And also with Colin Manoli as well. Yeah, I guess Andrews just all of a sudden was a little surprised at the 33 in his face, and he had no choice but to spin him out. This was another spin that happened in the back right here as Diego Yepes and Christian Vargas went around with Steve Morgan down the S-curves, and Derek Hamill, I do believe, had a little bit of damage from that scuffle, and that's why those guys were in the back there. But Joshua Secully in front right now. Manoli on pit road, and Cano's day is done just like that. It's just one lap it took for the pole setter to retire from the race. So we're back to green now here in Suzuka. John Gilbert is already going to get second place from Cullen Francis. Oh, France is trying to hang on desperately, but gets a little high and he loses the third spot. Ooh, more contact on the S's. Road down there. Oh! Lupton is spun. Cody Lupton has just got around. He hits the S. It was, oh yeah, Cody Smart. The other Cody just clipped the 24 round, and he now has damage in the back. No caution, we stay green. But damage for Lupton, though. Gonna be very furious with the 32 after this race. The two Codys will probably go at it after the race. Oh, look at John Gilbert. Right on the bumper of the 31 of Suzuka, trying to bump him out. Trying to use the bump and run. Gilbert trying to use the bump and run to take Suzuka out. Suzuka's trying to put a block. There you see him trying to put the block into the S curves. Gilbert a little too high there. Still trying to battle for him. Gilbert on the bumper, trying to get to Suzuka. And everybody stays in the front. Still a chance. Here we go. Gilbert's going to try for the lead right here. Here he goes. Side by side with Suzuka in the 31, trying to take the lead away. Gilbert right there, trying to get by the 31 to the S curves. Trying to force 31 to the grass. He's in the grass. Suzuka crashes. He tries to stay alive in the lead and he just couldn't see where the road ended. And he hits the wall and he goes out. Wow, what a twist. Oh man, another twist here in this race. Oh no, Morgan's off track and he crashes. Morgan went off the track, spins himself out, and yeah, that'll bring a caution. John Gilbert leads the race. No surprise. I mean, that was intense. That was intense. Suzuka, you got to feel for him, though. Trying his best to trying to really battle for, trying to stay as the leader, but he just couldn't get enough room. He just ran out of space. He ran up in the wall, and he's out of the race. So Suzuka's night is done as well. But this race has lived up to hype. This race has been amazing. It's only the first race of the doubleheader. What more is in store for this weekend? I wonder. So the fun continues with the green flag. And now second place has belonged to Grayson Acevedo. As Acevedo trying to get that win. John Gilbert already has a win this season, the 96, so a second win would lock him in the playoffs. Little high there. That could be the chance Acevedo's looking for. Trying to get that lead. Acevedo's been one of the highest drivers in points without a win, so really needs a win to be a playoff driver based on his points. Or maybe he has to get a lot of good points to be a regular season champion and make it into the playoffs even without a win. Suzuka. No, not Suzuka. I'm sorry. Acevedo. On the bumper, waiting to make a move. Might do it on the curves here. Oh, a little bump, like a little tap there. A little tap. Try to spin the 96 out. Into the S's. Trying to force him up high. Still trying to make a move. Almost like what the 96 did. And the 96 went up high, ran out of room, and he crashed down the wall. Gilbert's trying not to have the same thing happen to him, but he's gonna have a battle. Here it comes. Here comes Acevedo for the lead. Going side by side near the start finish line. Still green. And Acevedo actually led that lap. Bumper to bumper. Gilbert up into the grass. Can't hang on, and Lupton crashes out. Gilbert trying to stay alive. The 38 of Carter Friesen also went up high. Gilbert survives, but can he go back on the track? To the S curves. Oh, bumping with the 43 of Ethan Hamill into the S's back there again, and he somehow makes it through, but there's another wreck. Lupton has also crashed out, and teammates have wrecked out. That's Friesen and Kyle Manoli, 78 with major damage as well. A lot of wrecks, and yet no caution has come out. How surprising. We've had like 3 different wrecks, I believe, in that lap alone, and none of them brought out a yellow flag. That is so weird. Let's look back at what happened to Carter. Was trying to hang on over the 42 Roger Ray, just lost control. Went into the sand like the 96 did, except the 96 was able to get back onto the track without wrecking anybody. But Friesen, though, just had no choice but to get it right into his own driver, his own teammate, Kyle Manoli, who already has damage to begin with, and both get taken out. And let's see what happened to Cody Lupton. He was trying to get onto pit road, but I don't know what happened. He might have lost his steering or something. Oh, wow. He didn't even come close to getting onto pit road. What happened? It's like he just could not make up his mind in time. Crashes into the wall, and now has wrecked out of the race, pretty much. There's Gilbert's 96 car going up in the smoke. Had no chance to get back into contention for the win. That's just tough. Now battle of teammates from JTG battling for second. Oh no! Stapleton's up high into the wall. He slams into it. Is he going to be able to make it out? And he's not going to. He is not going to make it out. And he crashes as well. That has been a trouble spot for many of these cars today. And again, no caution. That's like the 4th wreck in this green flag run that did not bring out a caution. What a crazy race this has been. It's only the first race and we've seen a lot of craziness has happened. 4 wrecks and none of them brought the yellow. That is insane. They were mostly in the back, but still, I thought that the Stapleton crash would at least bring a yellow, but no. Now the 42 Roger Ray's off to the grass. Wow, what is up with these cars being off the grass on that exact corner? Roger Ray went off the grass trying to stay alive with John Andrews. And it's still side by side. In the grass again, trying to hang on tight. Trying not to lose the 51. And I'll have to give up the position. And, could have sworn I saw... Oh, wait. 30... No, he's done. Carter Friesen's out of the race. Carter Friesen's given up. Wow. Carter Friesen has just given up from this race. Wow. What a race. What a spectacular wreckfest. What a race as well. We had a green flag run, too. And Roger Ray trying not to get on the high lane again. Now he's going to have to try to battle against Yepes. Trying to at least stay alive in the race. To the S's. And Yepes might have cleared the 42. And he did. 6 laps to go in race 1 at Suzuka, and Grayson Acevedo pretty much has no challengers behind him. A comfortable lead for the 48, so to speak. Almost 2 seconds, in fact. And second place is now Cullen Francis. Balvin 3rd and Rose 4th, and Hamill's running 5th. So Acevedo looks to collect a victory for the 48 team. He's been one of the drivers to watch out for this entire season. Hasn't had the results he's been looking for, but a win though could put him into the playoff contention race. Just one win here would put him into the playoff conversation. Coming to 5 laps to go at Suzuka's race 1. So far, it has been a very calm and steady race after we've seen a handful of crashes in this race. In fact, I believe only 14 cars are left on track. Oh, Yepes is too high, and Yepes went up in the wall. Yepes in the 88 goes up in the wall, and his day might have finally been over. Still trying to spin, trying to pull out a caution, but unable to do so. That's the 6th wreck today that has not brought a caution out. Look at the damage Yepes has. I mean, his car went through a lot today, and it finally gives up on him. 4 laps to go at Suzuka. And you know, Grayson hopes that we don't have another caution, because at this point a caution would bring us to overtime in race 1. We needed overtime to decide race 2, but we could have overtime in race 1. Well, I was talking about the race 2 I was talking about was in the Eldora weekend we had last time, where we needed to have overtime to decide who won race 2. And if there is overtime, it would be 3 laps instead of 2, because it is a doubleheader weekend and we want to add more excitement to them. That 3-lap overtime was a success in the second race. It really did come down to the wire in that very last race, in the very last laps, and we had a surprise. Michael Cano came out of nowhere to win. Jonathan Fast, for those of you wondering, won race 1 in Eldora. 3 laps to go. His lead increases to 2.5 seconds. Acevedo cannot be stopped. The only thing that's going to stop him from winning this race is a caution, which would bring the field to overtime. Everybody would be back on the race, and it would be a crazy, crazy, crazy mess. Everybody trying to get the line as much as possible, trying to close in, and trying to make everybody, well, pay. And Vargas just wrecked out again, and again, no caution, so let me just check to be sure. He might have wrecked on the curves. He was running 8th before, and yep, he was. Boom. There he is. There's Vargas. That's how he ended up on pit road. Another car taken out by those turns. Still a handful of cars left in the final 2 laps here at Suzuka. But Acevedo's hoping that a caution doesn't come out. We haven't had a caution since, I believe, lap 9. 2 to go at Suzuka race 1. Everybody's separate, so it does not look like another caution would be out unless if debris flies on the track. So, almost a 3-second lead for the 48, and all he's got to do is navigate through the turns perfectly like he has in the previous laps and win this race. There has been some twists and turns already in race number 1, but coming to the white flag with 1 lap to go, Grayson Acevedo has a huge lead over everybody else. Here we go to the white flag. Grayson took the lead halfway through the race and has not looked back. Nearly a 3-second lead on the 47. A much needed win for the Hedrick team to be back in playoff contention. Along with Diego Yepes, I believe, who won a race in the 88 earlier this season. He'll be joined possibly by his teammate in the playoffs, Grayson Acevedo. Final corners for the 48, and he's going to do it. Grayson Acevedo, in a sensational race in race 1, will take the checkered flag in the first race of the NASCAR Heat Mobile Challenge at the Suzuka circuit. A phenomenal finish for the 48, and he collects the win in race number 1 at Suzuka. Was a great worthy race for these guys, and in the end though, it was Grayson Acevedo that topped them all off with a win. And only 12 cars finished the race, not even halfway through, so that's a good sign. But Grayson Acevedo is the one that wins here today in race 1 at Suzuka. So coming up next, we will bring you race number 2 with the second set of cars. And he just crashed out. Crashed out on his way to pit road. What a way to celebrate. So excited to win this race that he just couldn't get on the pit road properly. Oh my gosh, that is going to be memorable. That is a memorable moment for the 48. Oh my gosh, that is just hilarious. Look at that. Look at that. That's probably the best image out of race 1 all day today. Wow. That happened after the checkers, but still though, he celebrates the win, and I guess he was too happy with the celebration that he forgot to turn his car onto pit road after the race. That's a real nice image, by the way. You could take a snapshot of that. That would look awesome. Wow, what an ending to race 1, and we still got another race to go. We'll be back with race 2. Alrighty guys, we're back in race number 2 here in the NASCAR Heat Mobile Challenge from the Suzuka circuit. There's your entry list for race number 2. The pole position goes to the 5 of Marcos Yepes. On the outside is the number 19 of Matthew Mdev. Rich Roy and Alex Hawkins in row 2. We got Philip Goldberg, Ian Canario in row 3. Jonathan Fast and Zach Fitzwater row 4. Fast was again one of the winners from Eldora last race. Eli Bright and Aidan Milliken in row 5. And the rest of the field has Igor Barreto, Pete Chew, Chase Marks, Johnny Gardner, Justin Roberts, Patrick Smith, Marcus Sacchi, Robert Smith, James Richardson, and Jonathan Wong. That's your field for race number 2. Cars roll off. As always, another 20-lap race coming up here at the Suzuka circuit. First race was exciting in the first half, and then it cooled down in the second half. But Grayson Acevedo took home the win. We actually had 6 wrecks in that last green flag run, and none of them brought out a caution. But we'll see how race 2 handles that. Will it be more of the same, or will it be a completely different result out of the previous race? We'll see. Green flag is in the air for race number 2 in the NASCAR Heat Mobile Challenge. And a good start on the pole position. Mark Yepes got a great start. So the pole sitter this time gets a good start. Ooh, a little bumper-to-bumper action in the back, and yet somehow, someway, these guys continue. The 19, though, Mdev is staying really on the bottom of Yepes. Yepes trying to join his brother Diego in the winning drivers. And by the way, the next weekend will be the All-Star weekend. So it's the last chance for these guys to get in the All-Star race on just a win. On just a race win. So Yepes would love to do that here today. We'll see if Marcos can do it. Diego won earlier this season, so his brother Marcos trying to join him. He's got to have to hold off a feisty crowd in the back. So far, though, they've stayed clean. We could see some action as the race progresses. We did start off with a green flag run in the beginning of the race in the last one. Then we had wrecks, and we started wrecking each other out. So we'll see how this one will go down. Comfortable lead is Marcos Yepes in that 5 car from the pole position trying to win. Something that Michael Cano couldn't do in race 1. In fact, he just barely survived the first lap. But Yepes is making this a completely different story as he is holding off the pack easily. Little battle here between Jonathan Wong and Justin Roberts. Wong, by the way, a little bit of a different design than normal for that 6 car, running the Hellmane's paint scheme for the World Tour, for the upcoming World Tour. Wong, of course, doesn't have to worry about getting the All-Star race because he's already in on a race win. But still trying to get a good positive finish out of this one. Third place battle here between Rich Roy and the 22 of Alex Hawkins. Hawkins surely isn't going to be making this easy for the 14, to the S-curves especially. Oh boy, Roy spins out by the 22 and he gets into the crowd and yet somehow nobody else hits him. That is a miracle. But Roy got taken out by Hawkins in that S-curve. That'll bring a caution out. And now the 11 car's off track and he hits into Roy. The 11 car of James Richardson ran off track and he hit the 14. And now the 14's out of the race. Oh my goodness, what tough luck. What bad luck for the 14. Here he is getting turned by the 22 in the S's. He hits Hawkins and yet somehow nobody else collects him. And then, moments later, watch this. James Richardson is going to get dumped. Right here. Wong pushes him out into the grass. Then he trying to save it. Went into the 14. That's how the 14 crashed out. Marcus Sachi also had damage from the wreck as well. He was caught up in it too. Oh, this season's not been great for Marcus Sachi either in the 12 car. He crashes again. Wow, what a twist. And Roy's out of the race. Like I said earlier, that crash ended Roy's day, so he didn't make it. Green flag is back out. Oh boy, battle for the lead between the 19 MDev and the 5 Yepes. Trying to hang on side by side in the S-curves. Still trying to hang on. Canari's off to the grass, but he saves the car. And the 5 car still stays with the 19 as the 19 takes the lead. MDev leads the race. Goldberg is in 3rd place. Oh, look at Yepes. He's trying to get revenge. Here we go. And the caution's out. Caution's out that quick. Wow. James Richardson, I believe, brought the yellow flag. Oh, wow. Teammates got together. Richardson and the 11 of, the 18 of Roberts. Wow. They got together. And ironically, the other 2, Joe Gibbs cars are running in the top 3. How weird is that? So, 2 Gibbs cars wrecked and 2 Gibbs cars are competing for the win. Richardson, by the way, unfortunately his night is done. But we're back to the green flag here at Suzuka. And now Goldberg to join his teammate alongside of the top 2. Goldberg takes 2nd from Yepes. So Joe Gibbs now running 1-2. Yepes crashing into the wall and with Jonathan Fast as well. Oh man. So the pole sitter again does not last the entire race. Yepes got into Jonathan Fast in this corner and they both crash. Oh man, Yepes has got to be frustrated about that. Can't blame the 17 for it though. They'll race it back, and it appears that it will be a Joe Gibbs 1-2. With MDev and Goldberg both battling for the win. Fast is done. So let's get back to the green flag, and so is Yepes. 4 cars out already. 8 laps to go in race 2, baby. MDev, Goldberg are in the 1-2 positions as teammates. We'll see how that will work out when we get back to green. And the 19's away. MDev is away. Easy pull away for the 19 car. Ooh, Pichu a little loose. Saw Pichu getting a little loose there. And Canario trying to hang on with Gardner. And he somehow does. Now the 4 car of Zach Fitzwater are going to battle with Canario. Both these drivers have a lot of road course experience, and Fitzwater's gonna outduel Canario. That is for 4th place in car 4. Now he wants 3rd from car number 2, Johnny Gardner. Gardner's had a phenomenal season with 2 wins already in the belt, already in the playoffs as is, trying to get a 3rd one here today. But it's still, 3rd place finish is a good result either way, and he would be happy if he continues to stay on the podium. 7 laps to go here at Suzuka's race 2, and looks like the 19 is going to do everything he can to pull away over his own teammate. Joe Gibbs would be happy with a 1-2 finish, but who's going to be the one that lifts the trophy? 6 laps to go at Suzuka. Race 2 continues as the 4 car tries to battle for 3rd place. Possibly a preview of the World Tour with these guys battling it out all day. Oh, bumper, bumper. Oh, now Gardner getting into the 4 car. Both side by side. Fitzwater gets by Gardner, but man, was that a brief scare or what? I thought these guys were gonna crash. These both were battling hard right at it against each other. They looked like they were gonna crash. Canario's back down low, trying to get 4th from Gardner. Intense battling here going on behind everybody with 5 laps to go. Still a time to make an impact. And Canario tries to get by Gardner right here. A little contact, but able to continue the race. Still side by side. Gardner's trying to hang on tight. And he's trying to stay alive right here. Canario has the edge for now. Now Milliken tries to pass Gardner. And Johnny Gardner loses another position. Now he's got to deal with the 00 car. 4 laps to go. Gardner trying to stay alive over the 00. He's already lost a handful of positions, I should say, not just one. Now he's going to probably try to avoid losing another. Now he gets crashed. Milliken spins in the back. Caution's out. Overtime's coming up, folks. I knew Johnny Gardner was going to brake. I knew he was going to try to make a move, an aggressive move to get back in the front, and he did. And that will be overtime coming up. So it's going to be down to these two battling for the race win for overtime. Oh my gosh. This is going to be exciting. And once again, we're going to end this weekend with an overtime finish. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Alrighty guys, here we go. It's overtime here at Suzuka Circuit. It's going to come down to this. Who's going to have the better edge? 3 laps, by the way, instead of 2, since this is a doubleheader weekend. And here we go back to the green flag. 3 to go. Suzuka, race 2. 1 winner. And a good start on MDev. He wastes no time in getting a start like that. MDev wasting no time getting back to where he began. Question is, can he hold off his own teammate? Ooh, little bumper action there with Fitzwarner Canario. Battle for 3rd place still being interesting as the one in the top 2. Goldberg, though, really staying on the 19 this time, though. And with 2 laps to go, he might have time to actually pass his own teammate. If he could do that, we'll see. 2 laps to go in Suzuka. They stay alive still, and so far, everybody's just keeping their cool. All eyes are now on the 19 and 20. We'll see if one of them is going to slip up. Everybody is good on the S's, and so is MDev, most importantly. So here we go. We're coming to the white flag with 1 lap to go. MDev trying to hold off his teammate at the end. And MDev got a little bit of breathing room against the 20. But here we go. White flag is in the air. 1 to go at Suzuka. MDev has been the one to look out for, and even with an overtime restart, he's been able to cleanly continue to lead the race. To the S-curves for the final time. And it looks like he might not mess this up, and he might make this a Joe Gibbs 1-2 finish. If Goldberg can hang on for 2nd, that is. But here we go to the final corner as Matthew MDev in the 19 car gonna hold off the pack of hungry drivers, and he's gonna take the checkered flag in race number 2 in the NASCAR Heat Challenge at the Suzuka circuit. And that's it for the weekend, as Matthew MDev is your winner in race number 2. So MDev hangs on for the win in the 2nd Suzuka race to wrap up the weekend. So great job on our 2 winners today here to take the checkers at Suzuka circuit. And we'll show you the point standings after these races. There were double points, by the way, just so you know. They only scored 1 to 20, I believe, and 1st to 20 in points, and that applies to both races. So they got big points out. Both sides got big points out of that, and should be a major impact heading into World Tour. So let's show you the points heading into World Tour 32, and before the All-Star race, I should say. O'Neal Balvin is still leading the regular season points with a 20-point margin ahead of Cullen Francis. Then there's a 24-point margin of Johnny Garner with Alexander Rowe. And 5th place there, Carter Friesen in that 5th spot. Yepes and Manoli are also winners, and so is Rich Roy. There's Wong, Fast, and there's MDev in the conversation for a playoff berth. So that 1 win will get him into most likely be in the playoffs, possibly. And the rest of the field are listed down below. Acevedo is down deep in the field, but we'll see if it's going to be enough points for him to make it to the playoffs. So Acevedo joins along with many other drivers among the race winners this season. So a lot of winners, a lot of diverse winners, I should say. Very interesting. So let's count how many winners they are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, wait, 3... 12 different winners, 13 if you count Leia, although she will not be a playoff driver because she's a part-time driver. So it's 13, 14, 20 winners, I believe. I believe there are 20 winners in 22 races this season. or 21 if you count Leia Walker. So that's 22, 22, 21 of 22. We've had different winners this season. Very interesting result here at the Suzuka circuit. So that's it from the Suzuka circuit, and we will have the All-Star Weekend coming up from the Biker Neki circuit. All-Star Weekend's coming up, and I'll let you know how the format will work on my Facebook page. So if you follow me on Facebook, I'll let you know how this All-Star race is going to work out for Biker Neki circuit, and it's going to be a lot of fun to do. So we'll see what happens here. So anyway, we'll see you guys at the All-Star Weekend of Biker Neki. Thanks for watching. And Matthew M. Dev wins again in race 2 alongside Grayson Acevedo. We'll see you in All-Star Weekend.